And here we go. Okay, it's been a little while, John. How have you been?
I've been good. Glad to be back.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad to be back with you, and I'm excited to have a conversation because this has been a long time coming, and I think that probably for both of us, huh?
Yeah, it's been quite a while,
So we'll just call this season 2. How about
Season
that?
2. I think that's a good place to start,
Yeah, a fresh chapter in everything.
Definitely.
Okay, so we could probably do a little bit of recapping for anybody who's just listening to this for the first time from quote unquote season 1. We talked about Yeti.
That's right, Yeti and the pea jars.
We talked a little bit about Flat Earth in the very first episode. We talked about
Amityville, serial killers.
Yeah, lots of serial killers in last season. We had Jason Wisdom on, which I would like to get him on again because he's got a new double EP coming out.
I've seen that. I am so stoked, dude. I have listened to Death Therapy for the last month, like nonstop, like both albums.
Yeah,
I just put it on like random, and then I'll have it to where it rotates and just keeps playing. So while I'm at the plant, especially through this, COVID nightmare, it's been really helpful just to drive around and listen to Death Therapy all day. I get the biggest kick out of it,
Yeah, I'll definitely put on Spotify and then just put it on a repeat all day while I'm working because I work from home now, and so I could listen to whatever I wanted at work before, but obviously I don't want to just necessarily blast Death Therapy in an office building. Most of my coworkers, some of them might appreciate it. You'd be surprised, but some of them probably wouldn't.
Right.
So I can put it on at home now, and I just turn the volume down a little bit when I get a call coming in. So yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, we talked about Amityville. We talked about O.J. Simpson.
Did we?
A little bit.
I don't remember talking about OJ. We talked about celebrities and deaths and mysterious deaths and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that wasn't... I don't know if that was the same episode. The one I'm talking about is when I had brought up the idea that there's an author out there who thinks that possibly it was OJ's son who did the murder and he took the fall for him. Do you remember that? Yeah, okay. Let's see, what else did we kind of go over in the last season? Kind of drawing a blank, and I don't really listen to my own podcast.
I think one of the last things we talked about was like mysterious deaths in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was one of the last ones. And we talked about Ashton Kutcher's Butcher.
I remember you talked about...
Possibly.
Didn't you talk about the... oh, man. There's so many things that we covered, so many different topics, and it's hard to really recall all of them, but all of them were good.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there was one topic I kind of wanted to get into, but I haven't really looked at it a little bit in a while, but I have all the links saved, was celebrities who have had family members or close ones who have not necessarily mysteriously died, but like it's been like a murder or something crazy, like a very significant death in the family. And there's quite a few celebrities and stuff who've had like multiple like family members who have been murdered or killed in a strange accident.
Those people in power with like more money than they know what to do with. They pretty much, in some sense, they can do what they want to do because they have money. They have some form of power, so they see it as like a free pass to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The thing that trips me up about it is when you get those same people with the same form of power, the same money, and then you find them in like crazy sex cults or at least accusation of crazy sex cults.
Oh, dude, You're going to be shocked at what I found out that is alleged to be into some weird, crazy child raping stuff. I'm a director, a very, very well known.
Are you talking like Tom Hanks?
No, a director.
Oh, because I heard Tom Hanks was in one of those crazy cults.
No, not I haven't heard that, but that wouldn't surprise me. Spielberg. Yeah. And if
the guy's, how much is he worth?
I don't know, hundreds of millions, probably.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. So, and I haven't really looked into it too close, but if you go back to the first Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones movie, and sort of in the beginning when Indiana Jones goes into the bar in, I don't know, whatever country his female interest in the movie has a bar.
Like Russia or Kazakhstan or one of those.
Something like that. I feel like it was more like an Asian country, but it could have been...
like Mongolia. I know what you're talking about.
So he walks in the bar, and then they start having an argument about, I guess, like their breakup or whatever. And she was like, I was only a child. I did, or he's like, I forgot what she said exactly, but essentially, I guess in some of the director notes and stuff for the dialogue between George Lucas and Spielberg, they're trying to decide whether the reference in that specific comment was her being like 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 when her and Indiana are having a sexual relationship. So I mean, obviously that doesn't really prove anything. That's really strange. But
I do want to point out one thing. Okay, is that I don't believe these people just jump one day into these crazy cults.
No, they don't.
I think it's just like everything else that's tainted in this world, in that it's a slow progression.
Yeah. Yes.
Like people hooked on like crazy drugs, they started somewhere with
Caffeine.
Something small, and then it graduated to something bigger. Same thing with drinking. I mean, what kind of alcoholic just picks up like a fifth of vodka and downs it, and then every single day after that does the same thing? No, it's a slow progression.
Yeah.
You do like 5 or 6 shots, you get wasted, and then all of a sudden you do 5 or more the next day, and then it moves on and graduates to something worse.
Yeah.
So having it, I mean, maybe the slow progression was before then, or it could have just been a writer mishap,
Oh, well, there's more. So I don't remember the girl's name, but there was a girl that was on set with Spielberg, and allegedly she had died from anal rupture or something. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the girl, I don't know her name, but it's the girl from, I think, what's the spinning head vomit?
The Exorcist?
Yes, that's the one, sorry. And it was on the tip of my tongue. It was, I guess, the girl from that movie.
I thought she was still alive, dude. She became a big actress.
It was someone then. I don't know who. I'll have to look it up. I wasn't prepared to talk about this topic, so I don't have any of the facts in front of me. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that he was, one of the people that's included in having potentially, be part of some of this crazy child molesting stuff in Hollywood. And I don't know if it's true, but
yeah.
Apparently his daughter is a porn star now. And Daddy supports her. Have you heard
Who?
that? Spielberg's daughter.
What?
That's what I heard. I think there's even, you can pull up articles on that.
What?
Yeah, it's really weird. It just feels uncomfortable even talking about that.
Everyone has goals in life, I guess.
Spielberg's daughters were just different.
Some people aspire to be like the CEO of like billion-dollar companies. Other people aspire to, become a manager at McDonald's, and other people aspire to be porn stars. So,
yeah.
To each their own. It just seems so nutty for the simple fact of how much her dad's worth.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously there's something going on there. You don't just
Daddy
like
issues.
Yeah, I mean,
Daddy didn't like me, so I'm gonna.
Well, probably more than Daddy didn't like me. Maybe Daddy liked me a little too much.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make him regret it by becoming
an adult film star.
Becoming an adult film star. Yeah.
So this is totally off topic. This is just us warming up. I don't have any of that data in front of me because I wasn't going to talk about that. It just came up. So it is interesting. But what were we talking about yesterday? It was yesterday, and we were going to kind of just bring it up today, and it was regarding.
What are we talking about?
You would watch something on the Weather Channel. A video?
Weather Channel. I don't remember.
I'll give you a clue. Do. Aliens?
You're talking about the alien thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I rarely go on the Weather Channel. I go on to check the weather. That's about it. Just to see what I'm going to be faced with the next day, because in Michigan it'll change very quickly. But when I was on there, I seen an old video that I'd seen before on YouTube, where they had from like F-16 or F-18s. I don't know what jet they were flying, but it was military pilots who had recorded on their like night vision. They had recorded on UFOs flying around, and the pilots were like flipping out. They were kind of laughing and shocked at what they were seeing. And then on the Weather Channel they have a guy come on, and he's like, he was some scientist, and he was saying, I highly doubt that this is our encounter with aliens, and he's just like this melodramatic, like, this is not what it appears to be, even though it's recorded by government fighter jet pilots.
He's like, clearly we're not seeing what we think we're seeing. I don't know what the explanation is, but there's an explanation.
And if it were taken by, some guy on his GoPro, it could have been doctored.
It's really not that hard to find out if any video or photography has been doctored. There's free websites you can go to. I think one's like photoforensics.com, or maybe it's .org or .net, I don't remember. But you can go to a site like that, upload an image. I don't know if they do videos. But you can upload an image. You can see all the metadata. So you can see if something's been manipulated. The problem is, though, anytime you do anything with the photo, even if you're changing the contrast, the brightness, that's all manipulating a photo, technically.
Right.
So you have to really, really know what you're looking for to find out if something's been seriously manipulated to the point of where you're trying to deceive people, or someone's trying to make the photo look better. But there are ways to tell.
I mean, when I first seen those videos, it was like a big eye-opener, but then I remember when there was one in 2007 or 8, or no, 2005, and then another one in 2015. Okay, and the videos came out, and the one in 2015 kind of weirded me out, because it was like, it was that kind of real that you look at it and you're like, that's actually real. And when it came out, they were downplaying it. It was during the President Obama administration.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it was just within the last couple of years, the Air Force came out and said, no, this was actually real. Like, legitimately real.
What was in the video?
Believe it came out when all of those documents were released by Donald Trump. Those, you know what I'm talking about? The classifieds?
Sort of. I know of it. I didn't look into it, so I'm not aware of everything that was in there.
There was a whole lot of classified documents. I think there was even some on MK Ultra.
Yeah, it wasn't. Isn't it a lot of stuff that was like, not all, but a lot of it was like really kind of older stuff that would like, why are we still classifying this? Let's just keep it out in the open. Yeah. So yeah, I'm aware of that document dump. I just don't know. I've never looked into it.
Yeah. So I mean, just thinking about it, I don't know. I don't even know where you go with that. I mean, I just thought it was kind of funny to look at it and be like, okay, think about this. We're in 2020. You know, we have a global pandemic going on. We have what's the national park? Yellowstone. Having massive earthquakes, like 6.5s, during a pandemic, and yet we're still sitting back. You know, the world is literally crumbling apart, and we're still sitting back saying, "Nope, no aliens." It's totally made up. Totally made up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Earth caught COVID 1984.
The Earth caught COVID 1984.
Yeah, the Earth is sick and it's having earthquakes.
Yes.
And I don't think it's.
I'm like, you know, when it would literally take an Independence Day ship flying over New York and just setting right above it for people to be like, okay, well, maybe now we got aliens.
Well, I don't even think that would convince a lot of people.
Like, well, that's Chinese technology.
Yeah, no, because for sure, there are holograms where you could use holograms to project that to happen.
Yeah.
And if you look up, I think it's like floating cities or something like that, you can see. It probably is China, but I know there's like these videos or photos of like where it looks like there's a city in the sky and it's just holograms, some kind of hologram or holographic technology. So
it'd be like Mysterio from Spider-Man.
Yeah, we just watched that movie the other day too. And yeah,
you weren't fooled, right? You did read comics when you were a kid?
You know what, I did not read comics, but I saw it coming. I was like, he just seems too good to be the good guy. And I don't know. I'm not really easily fooled anymore.
Yeah, making him. I had my doubts, like making him a semi-believable good guy, only to turn around and make him the villain. I read comics, and Spider-Man was definitely one of my biggest ones. And I was just looking at it. I was like, why would you do that, man? Everybody knows Mysterio's the bad guy. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like making the Hobgoblin out to be the good guy.
Yeah,
Luthor, the good guy.
But seriously, though, that movie I think was, in a way, sort of a truth drop of how you could make something appear to be happening that's not actually happening in reality. I don't know if that's how they would do it with drones or not, but that would make the most sense, is to have little projectors on drones and then, them blow stuff up. So I don't know if that was supposed to be some kind of truth drop in a movie or if it was unintentional, but for sure there is technology. I don't know how good it is, but I mean, I know like didn't they have like Michael Jackson in some kind of stage performance on TV and it was a hologram a few years ago?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't watch TV. I think I heard of that, but supposedly it's some, I don't know, maybe it was an award show or something. They had Michael Jackson do a performance, and it was
he wasn't even there.
Right, it was after he died, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
So he like straight up pulled like a Luke Skywalker, and then
maybe I don't know.
He projected himself.
Oh yeah, like from like stage. Whatever the latest movie is. Yeah, essentially, and I mean, it was known ahead of time. I think it was, everybody knew that it was going to be a hologram and it was going to be Michael Jackson. So it wasn't like a shocker. I think it was more of like, hey, look and see what we can do kind of a thing. So, whoever makes this sort of a technology can kind of show off what they're capable of, I think was the idea. I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen it. I don't really care for award shows or whatever. I think they're all stupid.
Me too.
Look at me. Look how awesome I am. I've got a golden...
I'm so awesome.
I've got a golden statue that I bow before. Like in the days of old. Like when Moses went up to the mount. And then they came back down
with all my other ones.
Yeah. And there was a golden calf that everyone was worshiping. That's what I'm doing. I mean, that's to me what it is.
And in 20 years, I can use it as a giant paperweight.
Yeah, I'm not a narcissistic person. Everybody, look at my award.
Look at how good I am. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah. So I don't care about that kind of stuff at all. But
did you ever watch NCIS?
No. I mean, I'm sure I've seen a few episodes of it, but I've never watched in sequence the whole show or anything.
So Gibbs, the main guy in there, he's definitely my kind of person, because every time they give him an award for doing something spectacular, he literally just takes it and throws it in a drawer.
Dude, I do that. I've got my certificate for music production. It's literally sitting on one of my drawers in this desk. I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dude,
any other award I have, they're all sitting in my desk. I don't care.
I legitimately don't even know where my degree is.
Yeah, I never understood why people put that up. Do you want to see that? I don't care about that. That doesn't impress me. Oh, you're a doctor. Okay, what did you get? Straight D's
hanging on the wall.
Right.
It's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen.
Right, yeah. What did you get? Straight D's and you barely passed? I don't know. It doesn't say that on there. You know what I mean? You could literally get straight D's and pass and get your degree in whatever, and then you get a piece of paper you hang on the wall, and then people are impressed by that. But to me, it's just okay, now I know what school you went to. Now I know how much... Now I know who you owe that $100,000 to.
and think about when you go in people's houses and they have all their trophies set up,
for bowling.
Yeah, for bowling or for golf or something, And think about how awkward it is when you go in and how does that conversation usually take place? They're like, "Oh, well, come in and see all my trophies over here," and you're just staring okay,
yeah,
great. Okay, so I know the sports not to play you in.
Right.
Golf, tennis.
You want to play horseshoes?
Yeah. What are you bad at?
Right, yeah. No, I was actually thinking about getting some horseshoes or I think they call it cornhole here, but maybe it's beanbag toss everywhere else.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about getting a set of those because that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun just for out in the yard.
I always think it's fun.
Yeah, I like those too. I don't really, me, I don't like to play games or sports, but cornhole and horseshoes, I'd probably play those.
Well, the thing I like about those is you can throw them in the back of the car.
Yeah, go anywhere.
Park. And you can have a cookout at the park while you're doing that.
Same with bocce ball. I really like bocce ball a lot. That's fun.
Yeah. I like games like that, where you and your family can hang out and just do stuff like that.
Me too.
So, are you still going with me on my trip in September?
Is it September? I'd like to. And then, where are we going again? North Dakota? South Dakota?
Somewhere.
Somewhere?
We're going to go to Deadwood.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see... the history part of me wants to see where... I guess not where, because it's no longer actually existing, the building that he got shot in. But the history part of me wants to see the town of Deadwood, to see where Wild Bill Hickok got shot in the back. Remember he was playing poker and had the dead man's hand, aces and eights. And who is buried next to him? It's not Calamity. Is it Calamity Jane? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. Oh man, it's gonna drive me crazy. Hold on. Give me a sec.
In the meantime, Gab. So yeah, I don't really know a whole lot of like specific details on American history like that. Like I know names and stuff, but I guess I never really memorized all that stuff. But I've always loved like the Wild West kind of stuff. And yeah, for sure, seems like it would have been a good time, man, to be alive back then.
Yeah, I think it'd be super fun. I'm looking up. You can still see me and everything.
Yeah, you're
right?
good.
Okay, I am looking up right now. I think he is buried next to Calamity Jane. Dead Man's Hand, Hickok Monument, Calamity Jane at Wild Bill Hickok's gravesite in Deadwood, Dakota Territory. Yeah, it's Calamity Jane. I thought so. I really thought so. Okay, let me go back. All right, so I think it's in North Dakota, but I think Deadwood's in North Dakota, but Devil's Tower is where? Oh man, we're gonna be so mixed up. So South Dakota is where Deadwood is.
Okay.
Devil's Tower is in Wyoming.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
And then
I'm trying to drink.
Mount Rushmore is also in South Dakota.
Yeah, that I think I knew, but I might have said North Dakota.
So we're going South Dakota, and then we're gonna swing over.
I've driven through both states, but I've never seen any of those places. But I have driven through Dodge. Is that South Dakota? I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
City?
Yeah, isn't that? I forget where that's at, but I know I drove. All I remember is it smelled really bad. I think they do
really?
a lot of I think they do like a lot of cattle stuff there. Okay. And the whole city just smelled really terrible. It could have just been that night. I don't know.
Kansas, bro.
Kansas, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
That explains why. No.
No, that makes sense because I was thinking, that whole plain right there, the open plain, South Dakota, North Dakota, they're all Nebraska. They're all kind of right in there.
Yeah. So we can hit up. We can basically go anytime. I found out that my first year at GM does not give personal days.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically had 40 hours vacation. I used one day, which dropped me down to 32. But I also picked up 2 days with last holiday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
I'm back up to, I think 6 days now.
I don't have quite that many. I've got like a little over 3 days currently.
I'm going to try to pick up some more. I guess year 2 I get a 40 and 40. Nice. So I would get 5 and 5 days. Okay. Yeah. 5 personal days on vacation. But they told me that I can basically, because I don't have personal days, I don't have to ask to take them off. I can just call in, and that'll be it.
Gotcha.
So whenever, the only time I can't use it is on black days or holidays. So if we do it after like Labor Day, then I'll just call in for the week after Labor Day. I'll just call in for whenever. It doesn't matter.
Right. Nice. Yeah, I can take unpaid time off. We only have paid time off, PTO. There's no like vacation or personal. It's just all the same.
Okay.
But if I schedule it ahead, I can just be like, yeah, I'm going to be out of town. I just won't get paid for it, which
Cool.
should be okay, I guess.
Well, what day? Let me find my phone. Give me one sec.
Sure. And while John's away, I'll just say a bunch of nonsense. Like, check out the Jeranism podcast, which I produce. I publish it. I don't really have anything to do with the show aspect of it. It's called Friday Lounge. So if you just type in Friday Lounge into Spotify or any other podcast, platform, you should be able to find the Friday Lounge.
All right, you there?
I'm still here.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to drink 1.5 gallons of water a day.
Wow.
And yesterday and the day before I didn't do so well, but the rest of the week I did. I was able to get that much in, and I had to pee a lot.
Yeah.
Just trying to flush anything out that shouldn't be there.
Well, hold on, I gotta get my other headset on so I can actually hear you.
Sure. So pretty much it was just like warm water on tap by the end of the day.
Serious.
Yeah. Well, so let's see what we were talking about. Dodge City and North and South Dakota.
I'm ahead.
Okay.
Okay, this year Labor Day falls on the 7th.
Labor Day? Oh yeah, you're talking about September. Okay.
Yeah, so I can't take off that day or the next day.
Okay.
But I can take off like Wednesday all the way through the next week, which would be like 3 days for you.
Yeah.
3 days off.
Yeah, I'll have more paid time off by then too.
Cool.
Because I get like I don't remember how much I get per paycheck. It's a certain amount.
Cool.
So.
All right. So what else are we gonna talk about?
I don't know.
I was sure you can go through. You can edit all this nonsense out.
I can. I'm just gonna put little markers by all the little breaks.
What else did you have? What else are we gonna talk about? We can do a recap of what we've been doing
over the last few months. Yeah, so I since the last podcast, I'm pretty sure I started a new job since then, but that was like quite a few months ago now.
Yeah, likewise. Where did you start?
I don't want to say the name of the company.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get myself in any trouble if I don't know if I will, but I'd rather not get myself. I'll just say this. I process applications for financing.
Okay.
So that give people an idea of what I do, but not everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I make a lot of phone calls. I take a lot of phone calls to verify information and to take information from dealers because they're the ones that submit the application. And then once the customer has been approved, we also have to verify the information with them. So I'm talking a lot all day long.
Do you get like hoarse voice or anything?
No, not yet. I've had a few times where I've gotten like sick or whatever in my voice. There was one time I had hoarse voice, but it was just because I was sick. I had like an upper respiratory thing or something, and my voice was almost shot from coughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like several months ago, like maybe November or I can't remember when, but yeah, I literally went hoarse from coughing, but yeah, not from talking on the phone. So it's pretty interesting. I pretty much just talk to people and talk about their personal information all day.
Well, I mean, you're good with talking to people anyway, so
sometimes
very befitting.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I also took, as I said earlier, I took a job with GM. I'm not sure. I mean, just like in life, there are no certainties. And the one thing that I've come to realize is that life is like a It's like an ever-changing flow of water that goes where it wants. And as much as you try to steer the ship, the current is going to take you along. You're just along for the ride.
Yeah, for sure.
You can do things to make your ride a little bit more pleasing, but ultimately you're just along for the ride. I'm not sure where GM is going to take me. I don't know. I actually like what I do, to some degree. I mean,
that's General Motorboats.
General Motorboats. Yeah,
the company you're working for.
I actually like what I do. I handle a lot of logistics, and like even right now, I guess I'm considered. I got a note from somebody in the higher ups saying that I was an essential worker for whatever reason. So I still am reporting to work every Monday through Friday. And because apparently, cars need parts even through this, whatever we're going through.
Plandemic.
Yeah, plandemic.
Oh yeah, no, my job is essential too. So it's pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm very grateful that I still have a way to bring in income, because that would be pretty scary to not have.
Yeah, but unemployment is paying so much right now.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I probably would have gotten unemployment.
Dude, unemployment, let me just tell you, I have a lot of friends because they offered, we're there voluntarily. We're not there because I have to be. We're there because we chose, those of us. So in a plan of like 500 to 1,000 people, there are 20 of us left on my shift. 20.
Wow.
And it's because we all are voluntary. So we could all walk at any given time. But a lot of my friends, they chose to walk, and they're making probably, because there's no overtime or anything while this is going on. I mean, we can work overtime, but what's the point? People that walked are making twice as much as me to sit at home.
Right. Yeah, they cut our overtime too. A couple weeks ago, we had like whatever overtime we wanted, and now they're like, no overtime.
Yeah. So it seems kind of crappy that that's the case, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
And I get it. People, they still have to make money, but it just sucks that I'm going and actually working while people are not working and making twice as much as me.
That's okay. You're doing the right thing, I think. I mean, you'll probably gain favor. We didn't really have a choice like that. It was like, oh, we're essential workers. Cool. You don't lose your jobs. But yeah. I probably would have kept working anyway. I mean, I don't know. Why? I don't know why I wouldn't have just been like, oh, cool. I'll take the free money. If someone's going to give me free money, I'll take it. But I enjoy what I'm doing right now. So there would have been no reason for me to stop working. And I'm working from home. So this is my office right here. Where I'm sitting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, I got like the nice view right there, really bright when I open the curtain, and loud cars that drive by, and the dogs are barking in the background, and
that's cool.
I don't mind it though. I really like working from home.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we should make this a long one today, but I think next time let's put together. I'll tell you what. Let's do a questionnaire. Or like a straw pick for maybe you can put it up, Matt. Like what would people want to hear us talk about?
What topics?
Like think of some really, really super creative. Really, this was just kind of like I guess like our opening intro for season 2. Like I didn't really have anything super in depth to talk about. I don't think you did, Matt.
No, I just wanted to kind of flow and conversate,
and get back into it.
Yeah.
So I think from here, let's just let's put up a poll, and let's see what kind of creative topics we can come up with. And then we'll just do this regularly, like every 2 weeks. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
All right. Cool.
And we're on live. And cut!
Cut. We're done.
We're done. You guys are out of here.